Good afternoon, Floss Tube. Pam, stitching between the lines. It is Monday, March 11th, 2019. Floss Tube number 53. We're getting close. We're getting close in number to my age. There's a cat down here milling around my legs and purring. It's hard to ignore a purring cat. I kind of laughed this morning because I watched Kitten Stitcher's latest video, and she talked about tomorrow being her birthday and that she'd be 49 and that she felt like that was the end of the road before old age. Like 50 was old age. I'm not feeling it. I don't feel old. Hang on half a second. That had nothing to do with my age. That had to do with the cat that thinks he is going to be social and go to the window or not. You got some static going, Murph. That's Murphy, who is suddenly making more and more appearances. I think in the original first video I ever made, I said we'd probably never see him because he's a bit standoffish. But in the last few years, he's become a lot more social and friendly and accepting of laps and being picked up. A function of his prior life. We adopted him as an adult. Anyway, back to the business at hand. It is March 11th. Hard to believe. I know we say this every time we say a date. It's hard to believe whatever it is. But what it's hard to believe is that we're really in the middle of March already. That's really an already. For me, the winter kind of is chopped up in a lot of different ways, and so sometimes it feels like it goes really fast. So I've been home for about 2 weeks and a couple days, and my bags are packed. I've snuck them out to the garage, if you've heard me talk about that before. Kind of have to sneak our suitcases out. My husband and I are leaving tonight. I'm going with him on a business trip. It's a tremendous amount of travel. This is one of those business trips that we say in quotes, spouses are included. And just a lot of travel. We'll talk about it more maybe when I'm back. I don't know. I'm always going somewhere, it seems like, and you know, that's not what we're here to hear about, are my travel endeavors. Sometimes I post pictures on Instagram. Anyway, I came home with a variety of projects finished, which I showed in my last video, and projects almost finished. So I have finished whatever was started and in limbo, one of them being Lake House by Country Cottage Needleworks. I just love like blue and yellow and green outdoors and lakes and sailboats. Sorry, I have to watch. You can see his tail probably going by. He's walking across the credenza there. So I wasn't quite finished with this. Oh, I hadn't put the eyes on the fish. I know that for sure. And maybe there was a little bit of random stitching to finish. It's done. It looks washed out. I don't have the light on in here, and it's overcast today, but it's very bright because, of course, we have snow on the ground, so that makes it bright. So that one's done. I don't know what I'll do with it in terms of finishing. I don't know. There's options. Oh my gosh. Seriously, you guys. He's growling at himself in the mirror. Did you see that? I'm not entirely sure I've ever heard Murphy growl. The other cat growls at Murphy. Oh my gosh, he's gonna steal the show. I hope you're cat people. This could be interesting. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I also wasn't quite done with August by Little House. I did July. I showed July last round. Here's August. Again, just like July, I did not stitch the word. I want it to have more play than just 1 month. So I just mimicked some of the waves. Called for colors on a piece of 36 count vintage country mocha, 1/2. Again, I'm feeling like he's sorry, I'm keep my eye on what he's doing. What are you doing, you big wuss? That's you. That's you yourself in that mirror. He can't stop turning his head to look back towards the mirror. I think today's lighting is just making things. All right, he's on the ground, so he can't see himself, but he's keeping his eye on that bathroom. So those two, and then the biggie that was giving me grief, that was done, not done, and redone, and undone, and thought about, and done again, is New York Dreamers Summertime. I'm gonna rummage for the pattern. I brought it up. I really struggled with the confetti color that's in here. In the pattern, it's the sunshine and the word sunny, the word ice cream, and the word fun, which is right there, F-U-N. I like it. I liked it in theory. I talked about being excited to stitch with it. Sorry, I have to keep looking. He's on the floor guarding that bathroom. It just did not seem to work. And I think, well, to some degree, I think it was a function of doing it on 36 count with one. So there wasn't a lot of, the stitches were very tiny. And I also felt, I know Lynette from Homesteading on the Home Front, she really gave me some good insight into what it was I wasn't liking. I felt like the tone of those colors were just way too bright for anything else that was going on in here. The jumps were too dramatic. My words, my sunshine and my word sunny didn't come out with really any of the yellow that was in confetti. And I didn't have a lot of yellow. And, you know, you could snip out all the little yellow parts. Yeah, that wasn't for me. So I went through my drawers and I pulled out this color. Is just a gold that I thought looked okay. Did the ice cream in a variegated, you know, cranberry kind of, whatever this kind of color is. Cherry cobbler. It wasn't cherry cobbler though, it was Cupid. Cupid was my red. And then I did the word fun in a like denim blue. I could have just picked out the exact same colors that were being used. I don't know. I was agonizing over the whole thing and what colors to bring in and what to do. And it is going to be what it is. And it's not any reflection on the designer. We can see the picture. We can see the picture's beautiful. I have owned this pattern for several years and been wishing to stitch it. So it's not like, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So anyway, it's done. It's redone. I've picked out the sunshine and the word sunny twice and put it in, and then I picked out ice cream and fun only once, but I am done pulling things out on that. And this is stitched on a piece of oaken. Oh, it's 32 count. Why did I think I was doing it on 36 count? No clue. Let's just go with it. It's very tiny count though. And I did it with just 1/2. I don't know. Things happen. So there's that. Things done. And then after I got home, I was just having a little trouble deciding what exactly I was going to work on. I was looking forward to getting back to my Quaker Christmas, which I did. But in the meantime, sometimes I just need a little something different. Oh, there it is in the bottom. I pulled out Country Still Life, which I started a year ago, April, I think, and it was what I call a surprise start, because just randomly one day I'll say I need to work on something different, and it needs to, you know, or I just have to work on something. Really, I like, very much like geraniums, crocks, quilts. So it's an oldie but a goodie, one I got on Stash Unload, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know when it came out. 1993. On some random piece of fabric. I have talked about this several times. I thought, because flowers can be hard to stitch and all those leaves, I thought I would grid. So I spent, I don't even know how many hours putting the grid in. Most of it, I've pulled most of it out, but not all of it. I don't want to show the pattern exactly, but I'll show you. Yeah, I wrote on my finger already this morning that the 10 count doesn't take into consideration the overlap. So for the first half of the pattern, your 10 count grid is fine, and then after that it goes to, you know, wearing a handbasket. So certainly in the first half, second half I've pulled it out because it really doesn't come into play. I have sort of left it in over here in case I need it in the quilts. I don't know. I never needed to grid before, so I don't know why I'm worrying about it. So anywho, I had the leaves done, and what I worked on were flowers and outlining. I get overwhelmed with this much outlining, so I outlined. The next thing I would do is outline on the leaves. But once I got the flowers and the outlining done on that, it was time to put it back away. It just needs to be a little bit of a, you know, a piece that gives me a little respite from something else. Plus, I like it. I like geraniums. It's time to start seeing some flowers. But it's, you know, early to mid-March in upstate New York. It's too soon. Too soon to think there will be flowers of any. The forsythia will be out in April at best. We have a big bush, so that'll look nice. But I don't do bulbs because things eat all my bulbs, so I spend all kinds of time and energy planting bulbs so that something can eat them. I've gone as far as doing where you wrap the bulb like a tulip bulb in chicken wire. It doesn't work. So sorry, I'm still checking that cat out. Anyhow, geraniums, I'll be happy. About Mother's Day is as soon as you can expect to putting flowers in around here, and it has often snowed on Mother's Day. So, I mean, like every half a dozen years or whatever. But there's almost always a hard frost the week after Mother's Day, so even that's a little soon. But if it's hanging baskets, then you just bring them in. Anyway, all of that to get to the fact that it's a dreary March day. And it was fun to stitch some flowers. This was laying on my workspace downstairs, so I brought it up to show it. I don't remember where I got it. I'm going to guess it was a quilt store. I have on my cutting table in my sewing room, I have one that's a yardstick that sticks down, and I have it across the edge of my table. Well, in my other sewing space where I sit, we're gonna have like a lamp or a big frame or whatever. I bought this to stick down to the edge of the table, and this just measures 1 foot and then another foot. It's like a yardstick. No, let me say that again. It's like no, let me just take it all back. It only goes from 1 to 12, and then it goes 1 to 12 again, and 1 to 12 again. So if you're measuring out fabric, you have to, you know, kind of look at it and say, how many inches do I have? But it adheres right down, and it's so handy to, you know, just quick measure anything that you have. So the tip of a longtime sewer, I guess. Another thing I worked on after I got home, because this was, I started it when we were having a snowstorm in January, and I work on it when I just can't bring myself to, or I don't have the kind of time and dedication or concentration ability. Oh, jeez. Anybody else own a cat in this world? Anybody want a cat? Does anybody know the sound that you're hearing? I'm going to talk loud and long so that you don't hear it. It's the kind of sound that gets you out of bed in a flash in the middle of the night. Murphy. Murphy. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Don't give me thumbs down for that. It's the cat. All right, so Santa Claus, Spirit of Christmas. That one takes some serious concentration because it's done on dark blue. So I pull this out every now and again, except that I've only worked on this in that upstairs stitching chair since I got home from Florida, because I guess I'm just not feeling it. I've always loved this one. I won this one in a blog giveaway a number of years ago. I've been putting these little guys in, and I have to stop myself every time I finish one from looking to see how close I am to being done. I just need to get into the rhythm, I guess, and stop thinking about it. And then the biggie that I was missing this one when I was in Florida, and I was happy to come home to it, and 2 weeks working on it, and now I'm happy to have a break for a little bit, is Quaker Christmas 2. Bygone Stitches. Started this Christmas Day. I think this was my Christmas Day start. On a gigantic oversized piece of, I don't know what to tell you, the details are downstairs. I'm going to say vintage country mocha. So I'm working, page 1 and 2 are done, and page 3 and 4, let me see if I can do a better job. Page 3 and 4 are seconds from being done. Page 4 is over here, is done, and this is pretty much the cutoff point for page 4 and 3, if I can fold it right. Sometimes when there's a design, I'll just carry on down. So that's page 4. And I've carried on down a little bit into 6. Page 3 over here, this right here is the line that cuts off the page. There's actually a couple stitches right here to do that finishes the bottom of page 3, and there's something in a box right here, and the start of a big, let's see which one. Start of, it's going to be, I think Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Actually, these words go all the way down to the bottom corner. There's like 2 letters on the bottom of page 3, and it comes over. So this afternoon, I will finish page 3, and probably I'll finish the rest of this because it's over halfway done. I only have to do like these 3 star points and then 2 little inside star points. So that's moving right along. I would say, in my guesstimation, because I keep track so very carefully, I have worked on this, I've stitched on this for 6 weeks, I would say. Because I started at Christmas, I left before the end of January, and then I've only been back 2 weeks. So, that guy's moving along. Every now and then I look at one of these very big, very, very big motifs, and I look at it with dread, and then I have to get started on it, and it moves along. But there could come a time when I just can't. I need a break. That I don't know if I can go 6 straight weeks from here on out. So that's all I'm doing. I did start November Wordplay by Brenda Gervais because, well, I thought I was going to do one a month or whatever, but I've already fallen off that wagon, mostly because when I went to Florida, I didn't take any with me. And I did one word in the November one. I don't remember the word. And I thought, oh, this might be a good travel project. So it is already packed up and ready to go. We will be flying a long time. So I'm thinking that might be a possibility. I don't really stitch on an airplane. I have, it just depends. I think I feel like too hemmed in, or I don't know. We'll see. Or like there's too many pieces I could lose. So anyhow, I pre-ordered from a couple different stores. I pre-ordered some market things that I haven't heard word one about, which is kind of frustrating because you see other people. Isn't that awful? I know. I saw somebody's already actually stitched up the whole thing, the little bunny in a hoop by with the needle and thread. It's one of the things I ordered. So in that particular case, I won't say the stores because I'm not saying it's the store's fault or anything, but one of them's an Etsy store, and usually I've never ordered from them before, and usually when something ships you get notification. I haven't even got notification, so I'm not thinking that one's on its way yet. The other one's a well-known store, and I haven't heard anything about that either. So we'll have to wait and see what I got from Market. And then I received a little gifty from my stitchy friend Lee, who saw this. I love blue Q bags. I have a variety. I have a number of them. Bags like the reusable grocery bags, and I have one that zips shut, and the picture on the outside is a sewing machine. I have a variety of them, and I have a couple different zip pouches, but not this one. I haven't encountered this one. This just cracks me up because she knows that in my prior job how well this would have fit. I did actually have to handle and store and stow away and label evidence. So my evidence information didn't ask for things like the mood, like mood. Whose mood? My mood at the time I'm doing it? I just don't know what the mood, I just don't know what that would be. So that one just kind of cracks me up. The mood of the person you're taking the evidence from just made me laugh. I don't know. But you know, somebody has to keep the chain of custody, evidence of the chain of custody, all kinds of things like that. So this is really fun. So this will be cute. This has to have been doctored. I swear to God, it's been doctored because, like I said, I've done this stuff before. You check what's in here. Well, it says what to test for: DNA, fingerprints, narcotics, trace evidence of anything. But I'm not really sure how we're testing for secrets. It doesn't say like secretions, it says secrets. I don't know. That'll be fun. Maybe the bag will be keeping secrets. Secret stitching. And then this, okay. I need to get the business card out so I can do it right. Say it right. I was watching, I'm pretty sure it's Dina, half stitch, cross stitch. Took me a little while to remember who I saw this on, because like instantly after she showed her bag that she got from Victoria's Crafty Room, which is an Etsy shop, and she has some cute fabric bags. I had to go right there immediately and choose one because, like Dina, I like monogram things. So she has bags, and then she'll add the monogram. And, you know, she sent me a little message about what color I'd like it in. And then she does little tassel zipper pulls, which is way cool. Isn't it cute? It matches, of course. Very nice. Very nicely made bag. Yes, I can make bags, but I thoroughly enjoy when somebody else makes a bag, too. She also included a skein of DMC. DMC 208. Which is a nice springy purple, Eastery purple, springy, summery, to match my popsicles. Cute, very cute. So that's all the cross-stitching stuff, right? It's all I've accumulated up here. That was a lot for 2 weeks, right? Well, some little odd finishes and whatnot. Back here, I showed this that when I was working on it. Oh, I forgot the pattern. If somebody wants to know, ask me. It wasn't a designer I knew. Might have been, the pattern name might have been like Hometown Holiday. I will try to find it. I'll take a picture and insert it so that you can see. It was a new pattern. I bought it in the fall and I started it right away. I went to a little quilting retreat getaway thing. And I worked away and do some embroidery, some applique, and some piecing. And I quilted it in this quilty pattern that looks like kind of like windy, like the wind is blowing. So when I bring the pattern, the hot chocolate's my favorite, I think. when I do a picture of the pattern, it'll show all the blocks better. And my, you know, I just follow along the pattern and I just do the things. Probably we're missing things, but we'll get a picture in there of the pattern. I tried to take a photo, but it's so long and wide. So I just worked away. I never gave consideration to something that I realized once it was all done, is that anywhere where I hang a quilt, right back there, that seems to be the average width of a quilt I hang is in the 54-inch range. Well, this one is about 68 inches wide. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to hang it. I have one big spot downstairs in the family room where I hang things, but I already have a whole like repertoire of quilts I hang there. So if I were to hang this there at Christmas time, then some other fabulous quilt is cheated of space. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't think ahead about that, because this quilt is 4 blocks wide and 3 blocks long, and I could have done it the other way. 3 wide, 4 long for the purposes of display. So I don't really know. I can't really throw it over on the couch or something like that because the cat will sleep on it. 1 or 2 cats will sleep on it. So I don't know where it'll end up. I have to think about it for a while. I'm looking around to see where there's any wall space. So many things. So, all right, let's sum it up. I finished some things. I worked on some things. I finished a quilt. I packed my bags. I will probably be uploading this. Maybe you'll be seeing it after I'm already reached my destination. We'll see. We will see. It's hit or miss with the upload from home or how long it takes, and we're leaving. I don't know that the hotel is going to be we're staying at the hotel at the airport tonight because our flight leaves at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I doubt their internet will be anything worth thinking I can get a video uploaded. So I may just wait. Sometimes the airport internets are better. We'll see. So, happy Monday. Sorry about my cat throwing up in the background. Maybe it balances with the entertainment value of him growling at himself in the mirror. That really was funny. No, if you knew his personality, that was funny.